Hi there! Welcome back to Glory Hounds. Last time, we finished up issue 1, A Spot of Trouble. So, this time, we're going to be continuing where we left off, and picking up issue 2, which I am incredibly excited to get into. Before that, though, the content warning. Do I really need to say this every single time? 18 plus gay furry content. You all get the deal. Skedaddle. With that said, my name is Pink Wisp, and let's dive right back into Glory Hounds. Lights, camera, action. Issue number 2, A Whale of a Tale. Somewhere underwater.
Well, if 'tisn't the catch of the day comes swimming home at last. Not like ye to have a dirty uniform, Ishmael. What gives? Had a rough go of it out on the 7 seas? Don't give me your... cease your blathering, you big ball of feathers. Tisk tisk. I blather because I care, me hearty. You had us all worried, truly. Even the captain. Of course, then we took a gander at the news. The bloody news? Do you mean to say the captain knows? I personally understand why you'd be away for a couple of days after, of course. Running from the law ought to be quite difficult on those stubby little legs of yours. Why, you. But breaking our code of honour in the first place, Machora. That'd be breaking his whole heart. Why don't you quit poking your beak into places it doesn't belong before I pluck your feathers out one by one and stuff them in a pillow? And just how you be making those funny, squiggly sounds. Oi! Touch my feathers and you'll be sorry, fish breath! Asshole! Dance! Landlubber! Ah! You did not just say that! I'll have your head and a pike you here! Shut your beaks! Both of yous! Boss! Damn! Dearest Captain, whatever do you need?
Ishmael, me laddie. I thought I made myself very clear when I took you in.
But pardon me, Captain. I still be trying to get the swearing thing under control. Old habits die hard.
You're hoisting the wrong sail, boyo. Cursing be one thing, but this here crew don't take kindly to feckless, unprovoked violence, see? Holding a little old lass at gunpoint like that don't reflect too kindly on us as men of the sea. Any lesser captain would settle for no less than hanging you up by your fins or having you keel-hauled.
You're really in for it now, Ishmael.
But, seeing as this is your first jaunt over the great line of the Syndicate rulebook, the great Ahab's willing to let this one go.
Really? Really?
On one condition, lad. See, I got a grand job planned, absolutely grand, and I need all hands on deck for this one. And seeing as the big guns are in the pillory, that unfortunately means you lot. A word of warning to the weak and weary though. Cross Ahab again, and keel hauling will just be the start.
Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I swear on my heart.
Don't go thanking me yet, you sorry sack of scales. We pull this one off, And every cent you earn is gonna go to fixing that little old lady's store. Until then, you'll be swabbing the poop deck.
Are you kidding me? I wasn't even the one who smashed up the place. It was a blasted hound and his spotted friend that did the deed.
And that wouldn't have happened if you listened to me for once in your life, sonny, now would it?
You said it, Captain.
Captain, who's the new fella in the corner over there? Our ticket into the place we're fixing to loot. What was your name again, lad?
Camo. August Camo at your service.
Camu? No. Camo.
He's right. You'll be saying it wrong, Ishmael. Obviously, it's Kamwa. It's Camo. Why does no one get it right?
Stop wagging your tongues! Get over here and listen good. We got a job to do. I'm on the verge of collapsing. My bones are aching. My vision's blurry. Whether it's because I'm just that exhausted or because my body can't take much more punishment, I don't know. But every time I hit the mat, it gets just a little comfier. And just a little harder to get up again. Again. The bird looming over me looks none the worse for wear. Of course he doesn't. I haven't been able to hit him once, after all. Even after he promised Rahul he'd go easy on me. Are you just going to lie there, with mouth agape, like baby bird? Give me a moment. This is life or death situation, Duskhound. Criminals are not going to wait for you to make return flight from Dreamland. I just think I sprayed. I push myself off of the mat and immediately yelp in pain, falling right back down. My entire body. And you will keep doing so if you do not keep guard up. In hand-to-hand combat, paying attention to opponent is as important as punching and kicking. If you do not. He shakes his head. There are worse things than bruises. With all those scars, I'm inclined to believe him. I sit up straight, panting all the while. How are you not tired yet? I'm like half your age. Body is temple. Take care of it in early stage. Then in old age it will take care of you. Your body might be a temple. Mine's more of a garbage disposal. Then see me as sanitation company. You must learn discipline. I carefully weigh my options. Alright. Promise not to break any bones? I will do my very best. I get back on my feet and assume the stance he's been trying to teach me all morning. Keyword here being assume. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Hands raised at eye level, shoulders up, chin tucked, legs wide, knees slightly bent. Reminds me of the boxing lessons I took as a kid. Of course, those didn't prepare me to fight a deadly bird with more battle scars than my dad's old car, but I doubt anything could. Your form is He pauses, scrutinizing me.
Adequate.
Coming from him, that almost feels like praise. He takes a similar position himself.
Fighting is very much like dancing. All about anticipating your partner's actions and reacting in turn. Then, when guard is down, you strike.
Not sure I've ever seen a dance that involved, striking.
Master Brevard said similar thing long ago.
Did you train him too? He nods.
For years, he was interested in learning, dedicated, very insistent on talking, much like you. Made funny sound when hitting meant, much like you.
He chuckles. I'm so used to him being serious at this point that it feels unnatural. Like a sound that should simply not exist. You trying to get me angry?
I am trying to make you punch instead of talking ear holes off.
Alright, you asked for it. Here it comes! Dusk Punch! I take a swipe at his smug little face. Without skipping a beat, he catches my fist with his claw, locking it in place. I try yanking it away, but he's got a firm hold on it. God, he's strong. This man could fold me like a chair.
Tell me, what went wrong?
I, hesitated?
No, we do not announce attacks. Master Brevard may be living in cartoon world, but we fight real criminals. So, wise not to scream attack names in faces.
Noted.
Good.
Can you let go of my hand now? He narrows his eyes.
No.
Pretty please.
Prettiest of pleases have no effect on me. Opponent immobilizes your arm. What do you do?
I throw another punch with my free hand, but that one gets snatched up by Milo as well. He wasn't even looking at it.
Correction. Both arms.
He stares me down while I wriggle in place. He's enjoying this.
Clock is ticking.
Alright, fine. If he wants to play dirty, I can play dirty too. I take a deep breath, pull back my leg, and then bring my knee forward as hard as I can right into his groin. It's like hitting a brick wall. He doesn't flinch, but he does let go. I stagger backwards.
Good thinking. Ineffective, but good start.
I look up at him. How did you not?
What? Feel pain? Internal testicles. Species and anatomy of opponent is very important. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses.
Not the answer I was expecting to hear. Well, at least I wasn't expecting him to be this blunt about it. What are yours? He taps his beak.
Strengths. Carrion crows have sharp beak, made for tearing flesh from bone. Evolution told nature, but not beak. Exercise caution when aiming for head.
He pauses.
Would not want you to lose fingers.
Whoa. Morbid. Have you ever had to...
No, I am not barbarian.
I'll still be keeping an eye on that beak of his.
I hope you are not always this easily frightened, Duskhound.
Just wondering how Rahul turned out so happy-go-lucky when you're over here warning me about folks who might chomp my fingers off.
Master Brevard is idealist. To him, if he cannot perceive danger, it does not exist. He is lucky to be skilled and resourceful.
He shakes his head wistfully.
Still has much to learn about self-preservation. You have that in common.
So why aren't you his sidekick? He'd be way more helpful in a fight than I could ever hope to be. He looks away for a moment, knitting his brows. I'm expecting him to explain, but he stays silent for a few long, agonizing moments that give me the impression I just gravely offended him.
I am only fit enough to teach, not fight.
I think this might be a sensitive topic. Hey, for what it's worth, I think you're an excellent teacher. He focuses on me again. Despite his stern expression, there's a funny little twinkle in his eye.
I am best instructor in Batavia. I will teach you everything I know. You are not allowed to die under my tutelage.
I don't know whether that's a promise or a threat.
In turn, I ask only one thing.
Shoot.
Keep Master Brevard safe where I cannot.
Well, that's what I'm here for, right?
I mean it. He may be smart inventor, but he is not brightest bulb in crayon box.
I'd correct him on the idiom, but I don't want to end up on the mat again. I didn't know you two were so close. I just figured you were his butler.
I am many things. Bodyguard, teacher, mixologist, legally allowed to officiate weddings. Butler is one of them.
How far back do you guys go?
23 years.
And it's been a hell of a ride.
I hear the hiss of the automatic doors shutting behind the Rottweiler as he struts into the room with the biggest of grins and a large, colorful notebook. The amount of stickers on it would make an elementary school kid jealous. Is that glitter? Oh, wow, it is. A container's worth, at least.
Sorry I'm late. I had some work for the company to attend to. How's our new recruit doing, Milo?
About as well as you did on first training day.
Youch.
No broken bones as of yet, however.
Well, that's good.
Broken bones?
It's a long story.
Long story is he stubbed toe on way out of training hall. Had to spend several days in infirmary.
Anyways,
He waves the notebook at me.
we have something very important to discuss.
I could honestly use a break. For a week. Teach doesn't seem to think I've earned one yet, though. I can see Milo twitching ever so slightly from the corner of my eye. What about my training? The crow lets out a sigh.
It would appear we are done for today.
If the past week has been any indication, I think I'm in for another 5 consecutive hours of hearing about Rahul's heroic deeds.
Training is important, but so is presentation.
I tilt my head. Presentation?
The people need more than just protectors, Spot. What they need is heroes, icons. What they need is a symbol of justice that will strike fear into the heart of every criminal in the city.
I think I know where this is going. Am I getting a costume?
You can't fight crime wearing slacks, Duskhound.
His grin widens as he slams the notebook on the nearest flat surface. He's even more excited than he was the other day during my 5-hour orientation. I'm not getting a gimp suit, am I?
I took the liberty of creating some costume designs befitting your new identity.
So that's what he's been so busy with this past week. No wonder he left all the fundamentals of my new job up to Milo. Did you design your own outfit?
Sure did. It's my pride and joy.
Oh no. I figured that'd be more Milo's area of expertise. I can hear Milo shuffling behind us, putting away our training equipment. I look in his direction. He seems to be dreading this just as much as I am.
I made some revisions for combat effectiveness, but design itself is Master Brevard's. He insisted on it.
Oh no!
You're not getting a carbon copy of mine. I believe a proper outfit should bring out your own unique qualities.
That does nothing to ease my anxiety.
Just keep in mind, none of these are final. We can always make a few little tweaks here and there.
Thank God. Alright. Show me what you've got. Rahul leans in close to me, his shoulder touching mine. He's wearing the same cologne as last week in Mrs. De Bruyn's store. He opens his notebook and starts flipping through the pages. They're all filled with colorful drawings in pencil, markers, and crayon. The first few pages seem to be filled with prototypes for weapons and gadgets. Soon enough, he gets to the fashion doodles. He's going through them pretty quickly, but they honestly don't look too bad. He's got an eye for style, at least.
Now, seeing as you're new to this, I figured we'd give you plenty of protection and armor, to keep you safe.
That sounds good. I may survive my first field assignment after all. He lands on a page with a drawing of me wearing... There's no way! There's no fucking way! There's no fucking way! Oh my cardiac arrest. Just kind version 1.0. Oh, please let this be the. I know it's not the canon outfit because of because of issue 1, but imagine. Oh my God, Rahul, I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
I was thinking something that's on the more defensive side, while still terrifying your adversaries.
That is the most over-the-top and ridiculous armor design I've ever seen. Wow! This is, quite something.
Right? How do you like it? Personally, I love the pauldrons.
He eyes me excitedly, like a kid showing off their latest art project to a parent. And I don't want to hurt his feelings, but this isn't gonna go on the fridge anytime soon. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. I, like the thingies on the boots.
You mean the axes?
Yeah,
Wait, those are axes?
I mean, don't you think it's maybe, a bit much? He runs a paw across his chin.
I suppose it might be just a tad tricky to move around in, yes. Not to worry, though. I've thought of everything. I had a feeling you might feel this way, so I took the liberty to draft a few alternate designs. Mind you, they're slightly less developed and refined. This next one has fewer bells and whistles and should let you move around more freely.
Oh, I was a little worried, but thankfully, he's got some self-awareness. I'm sure the next one will be a lot less... full stop. I can't...
What even is this?
Now, this one doesn't have quite as much protection.
How does this offer any protection?
But you'll be fast and flexible enough to dodge any incoming attack. You'll be untouchable.
Wait a second. Are those fucking roller skates? Is that the word vroom? I am very okay. I'll die of embarrassment before anyone even gets close enough to attack. Assuming anyone would even want to come anywhere remotely near me looking like that. I'm not so sure about this man's sense of style anymore. Do you maybe have something a little more...
Modest? Why, yes! In fact, this next one may be a good middle ground.
I think I felt less scared when I had a pistol pointed at my face.
Behold!
I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. This is...
I thought instead of something flashy, perhaps something a little more traditional would suit you better. Something typically Batavian.
He looks at me, tail wagging and a big smile on his face. His eyes are twinkling like Lou's when they dig up a famous model's dirty secret. Either he's lost it or he's trying to pull some sort of prank. It is a pretty outfit, but I'll leave wearing dresses like this to Willem. I am not a maid! He looks at me a little more seriously.
Maybe this one is just a bit too ordinary.
What about this is ordinary? He clears his throat.
How about this one?
A loose page falls out of his sketchbook. It's not me in the sketch, it's... Is this what people mean when they say fake until you make it? His face! He kinda looking good though. Like, not gonna lie. He kinda looking nice though.
Oh, how'd that get in there?
He snatches the page away before I have time to take it all in. I don't think Milo was kidding when he said the boss was an idealist.
Anyway, here's my final design. This one should have everything.
Please, no more.
I am vetoing this one myself. It's not even your outfit! It is fashion crime, I will not allow. Well, if this one doesn't quite hit the mark either, I'll have to go back to the drawing board. I actually have a lot of great ideas we can still try.
No, this man cannot be allowed to continue. I'm putting a stop to this madness right now. Give me that. I yank the sketchbook from my overly excited boss's hands. Rahul tilts his head and cocks an eyebrow. Marker!
Oh, yes.
He hands me a pink one. Perfect. I flip to the nearest empty page. Clearly, I have to take matters into my own hands.
Well, if you want to sketch out some of your own ideas, be my guest. Let me tell you, though, fashion design is not easy.
Yeah, you demonstrated that clearly enough. I think I got this. Rahul gave me plenty of ideas on what not to do, but there were a few golden nuggets in some of the designs. I have some ideas. My hand moves all on its own. A little bit of this, maybe some bling over here, and... I'm doing it! I'm in the zone! This is gonna be great. Moments later, and I'm pretty sure I've nailed it. Here, this should do. I hand the sketchbook back to Rahul. He seems genuinely excited.
Alright, let's see what you came up with.
I watch him with bated breath. I knew being a vigilante was going to be a tough job, but I had no idea I'd have to avert a disaster of such magnitude this early in my career. At least everything's settled now. Or so I assume. No sooner have I let down my guard than I notice a devilish smirk stretching across Rahul's face. He turns the notebook around and around in his paws.
I see. Perhaps we could reinforce it here. Add a splash of color there. Yeah, that should be nice and comfortable. But would it be stretchy enough? Milo, a pen if you please.
Milo tosses him a pen. He catches it without looking and immediately begins scribbling wildly. Are you gonna be alright?
Alright. Please, Spot, you're talking to a 4 times Innovator of the Year winner. My designs are at the heart of this very city. A little outfit doesn't scare me.
The ones I've seen so far scare me plenty. Okay then. Let me know if you need anything. Happy to, He raises a thumb, not even looking in my direction. His tail's wagging so fast I fear he might take off any second. Help. Milo folds his arms.
No sense getting through to him when he is in a state such as this. Inventor's frenzy.
Does this kind of thing happen often?
Once or twice every few months. Last year he was locked in room for 2 days.
Wow, must have been important business.
Trying to design robots that make soup.
Soup?
Had to force lock after Master Brevard set off fire alarm. Took 3 weeks to get tomato stains out of carpet.
Milo shudders, the feathers sticking out of the top of his head, bobbing left and right like a metronome. 3 sentences, and this story's taken more turns than a roller coaster. He clears his throat.
Fancy coffee or tea? This could take some time.
I won't say no to that. I can run up and make us some.
No need. I will go.
Don't you want to take a break? We were at it for a while. Hell, I'm pretty winded myself. Only reason I'm asking is because I could use a change of scenery.
Only thing tired is earholes from constant talking. Making coffee and tea is one of many duties as butler. I do not neglect duty.
I just feel bad making you do everything, you know?
I do not feel bad. Get paid plenty for it.
On the other end of the room, the screen flashes. I hear a soft ring. Milo gives a shake of his head, while Rahul refuses to look up from his sketching.
Suppose coffee and tea will have to wait.
What's going on?
We have caller. Accept call.
The screen flashes again.
Hi, hello? Is this working?
The video call is a little blurry. I can't really tell what I'm supposed to be looking at.
Adjust screen, please. We cannot see you.
Oh, silly me, of course.
There's some more shaking before Fenna's face comes into view. Her glasses make her eyes look 10 times bigger than they actually are from this angle.
Well, if it isn't Mimi. Your feathers are looking quite radiant today. New shampoo, perhaps?
Did you just say Mimi?
Oh my gosh, Mr. DeRoy is there as well. I see you found the address after all.
Oh, yeah, thanks, I did.
Really? What is nature of call?
Is Mr. Dawnhound around by any chance? It's quite unlike him to not answer my calls. He's usually so diligent about things.
Milo's eyes flick to Rahul. For a moment, all we can hear is the boss's scribbling.
Preoccupied. Nature of call, please.
Dearest Mimi, have a heart. Life's short enough as it is. Why not spend it fussing, fretting, and grumbling? You'll get wrinkles.
Life is too short for frivolities as well. Nature of call.
Now, I called you because we received a very strange card in the post today.
Oh, I think I got that one too. Apparently there's some real estate scam going around.
Were that only true? No, this one came directly from the Saltwater Syndicate.
Now there's a name I hoped I wouldn't hear again. Though I suppose it was only a matter of time. She holds up a little red piece of paper, no bigger than a credit card. It has a cute little anchor drawn on it. Echo, echo, echo. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
A calling card.
Ah! I didn't see him stop sketching or move until he was standing right behind me.
That seems to be the case, yes. Glad you could join us after all, Mr. Dawnhound.
What's it say? She clears her throat.
Ahem. Ahoy, all me lily-livered mateys at Opgedoekt. Batten down the hatches for the heist of your measly lives.
Is this a calling card or a movie ad?
The syndicate's coming for ye and yours, and ye best believe we'll be given no quarter. All your riches will be ours for the taking, and that pretty lil dress too.
Impression is frighteningly accurate.
Whoops. I can't disagree there. Whoops! They fit all that on a card that small?
Indeed they did. Such pretty handwriting as well. Ahem. In any case, I trust you understand the predicament I found myself in now.
You need someone on guard duty to prevent the items from being stolen.
I'm surprised he caught all that.
So quick in the uptake. Yes, that is exactly it. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly in a position to contact the authorities directly. We have a new collection on the way, and any scene caused now might be enough to convince our backers to let us go.
So, subtlety is name of game.
I don't think you'll find any here. Not with Rahul's tight rubber suit.
What are you thinking, Milo? I suggest doing plainclothes reconnaissance to ascertain threat and secure perimeter before making rash decisions. It could very well be children's prank, but we will have to be ready if situation goes south. Duskhound can go.
What?
Are you sure? Come on, Milo, it's just recon. Spot's got eyes and ears, doesn't he? It'll be a good opportunity to see what he's made of. If the Syndicate does show up, we'll be right behind them.
He points behind him to the drawing.
I still have a project I need to get back to. Your opinion, Duskhound.
My very first mission is to protect millions of euros worth of art. How exactly do I do recon? Our training didn't quite cover that.
Not to worry, Mr. DeRoy. It is actually quite a simple matter. All you need to do is scout around the gallery and report any suspicious activity. Keep a particularly close watch on the Money Talk scan. It is easily the single most valuable item in our collection at this time.
You've already had a run-in with the member of the Saltwater Syndicate. Though not a particularly gifted one, so you know what to look out for.
They're not all gonna talk like pirates, are they? And if I see anything suspicious, I just report back over the radio?
Precisely. We will monitor the situation and take action when needed. Avoid physical confrontation if possible. You are not ready.
As much as that stings, it's probably true. If I'm just playing undercover security guard, I think I'll be okay.
Wonderful! I'm sure you'll do a splendid job, Mr. Duskhound.
She giggles. Is my code name that funny? All of a sudden, I wonder if I should have listened to some of Milo's suggestions after all.
Oh, heavens, no! It's all just so very exciting. It reminds me when I first met Mimi. Well then, I shall leave the gallery in your very capable hands.
With that, she closes the call. Milo turns to me immediately.
Before you go, let me give you earpiece for radio contact.
He takes out a little box from one of the large cabinets and hands me a small device. It just looks like a regular earbud. It has a small switch and a big button in the middle.
Turn on switch to establish radio connection. After that, simply push to talk.
I put it in my ear, though I leave it off for now. If I didn't feel like a spy before, I sure as hell do now.
Good luck on the mission, Duskhound. I believe in you.
Rahul gives me a firm pat on the shoulder before returning to his sketchbook. I leave Milo and Rahul to their tasks and make my way out of the mansion. Milo was kind enough to arrange a fancy new bicycle for me, but I'm sure he just wants me to get more exercise. It's nice to have a reliable mode of transportation again, though. Shippersburg has always had amazing bike infrastructure, and biking is usually almost as fast as driving, especially during rush hour. There are dedicated bicycle highways, completely free of car traffic, that connect the city center to all major districts. The only method of transportation that's more efficient is taking the underwater trains, but I am not made of money. I'm about to hop on my bike when I realize I'm all alone on this mission. I wonder if it'd be okay if I brought someone along. It's only recon, right? I'll look less conspicuous if I have a friend with me to check out the gallery. More importantly, it might actually steal my nerves. My mind immediately goes to Lou. For one, they love art. At the very least, they love the idea of loving art. And I'm fairly sure they're off work today. I'll give them a call.
Like this?
No, you're doing it all wrong. It's supposed to go the other way around. It's 25, not 52.
Am I moving the ladder away there? I can't reach the bloody thing from here. And just where are the balloons?
Where'd you put them last time?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be bloody looking for them, would I?
Am I interrupting something?
Sorry. Hey, Alex. We're having a little moment.
Oh, is that Al? Hello, Al.
Lily says hello.
Hey, Lou. Do you have some free time right now? There's a little something I wanted to do, and I could use your company.
What is it?
It's a surprise.
I hate surprises.
Okay, I want to check out Opgedoekt.
Oh, I'd love to. I think we're due for a break right now anyway.
They lower their voice.
Lily's about to throw his back out over here.
I heard that!
Cool, I'll meet you at the hand then.
See you there.
The hand is a mess. I knew Willem would be preparing for the anniversary, but I had no idea it'd be this much of a war zone. There's flags and empty balloons all over the place, with Lou and Willem standing together at the heart of the chaos. Hey there! Love what you've done with the place.
Al, just the bloke I wanted to see. I need someone with lips to give me a blow.
Ayo? Lips?
He keeps popping the balloons.
But I weren't made for sharp beaks. Discrimination, I say.
I see. I'd be happy to help you out later, if that's okay. I already made some plans.
Right, Lou did tell me you were headed somewhere. Better be someplace safe. Whole district's in a tizzy after what happened to Mr. Brown's place. Saltwater Syndicate's been causing a whole bunch of problems lately, they have.
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, but isn't it mostly big heists? Robbing an old lady doesn't seem like their kind of thing.
I'm just glad she's okay.
Well, she's the guest of honor at the party tomorrow.
Guest of honor, huh? Fancy. I thought you just put on the mother hen act and call it a day.
Mother hen. Shite! I have to see if the dress still fits!
He runs off into the storage room while Lou laughs.
We'll be late for that.
Alright, but it is course and risk, because you wouldn't help me put it on, I'll put it in your tab.
Lou and I get off at the tram stop near the art gallery. It's a majestic building sandwiched in between rows of fancy townhouses that are all at least 150 years old. Some are a little slanted. Rumor has it that a distant relative of the Batavian royal family used to live in one of them until recently. My companion has assured me, however, that it's just a ruse to draw more people to the area. No doubt to spend money at all the fancy brand stores. I'm sure they researched the matter at length to come to that conclusion, so I'm not going to question it. Even as we're walking, they're scrolling through Opgedokt's website, no doubt checking what they have on display.
I have to say, Al, I'm surprised you of all people would want to go to an art gallery.
Your dinosaur speech last week really opened my eyes, so I'm trying to be more mature.
Really now?
No. I ran into the curator of the gallery last week. Quite literally. She gave me tickets and said I should go check it out. In all honesty, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little curious about the Money Talks gown Fenna mentioned. Besides, if I'm gonna be old, I can at least pretend to be cultured like you.
But isn't it closed right now? Website says they're doing some renovations.
Oh, she gave me, like, special access tickets.
Wow, look at you! Making friends in high places, huh?
You, could say that. I better not tell them I met the CEO, too. That will be all over the internet in minutes.
Lucky bastard! The most expensive thing I ever got for free was a sample at the perfume counter.
They wave their hand, closing the holographic screen in front of them as we near a pedestrian crossing. While we wait for the light to turn green next to a heavily made-up tapir lady, Lou finally turns to me.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but how are you holding up, Al? You know, with the job situation. I was hoping to help you look for something new, but I haven't seen you at the hand and we've barely even texted. Got caught up with the kids myself, too.
I guess I did kind of leave in a hurry after our little night out. Sorry, I've been recovering from That Fish Ain't My Mother. It left a really big impression. I think that one review was putting it lightly, to be honest. I don't think I can ever unsee that scene where the lady gives birth to singing fish eggs.
What did I tell you? Cult classic.
True. Only a cult could appreciate that kind of imagery. Really though, I've been doing great. Already got something new, I think. Just got through my orientation earlier this week.
That's fast. What's the gig?
I can feel myself sweating a little. Quick, Alex, make something up. I'm working as a cleaner. I clean things. My eyes meet Lou's for the briefest of moments, just to see if they're buying it.
Clean what? Houses, streets, crime scenes?
Shit, I knew I should have prepared a more convincing story ahead of time. Get it together, you know they can smell fear. It's a private, residential thing. Look, the lights turn green. We should walk now. Don't want to keep the cars waiting. I hurriedly waddle down the crossing. Lou quirks a brow at me, but follows anyway.
You're not ashamed, are you?
And there it is, my golden ticket. I slow down my pace enough for Lou to catch up. I kinda took this new job out of desperation. It's not exactly the kind of career move you shout from the rooftops. Lou puts their paw on my shoulder.
Being a cleaner's a perfectly normal profession. My cousin's friend's uncle's girlfriend's neighbor's former lover makes a fortune off of it. Or are you cleaning, like, sex stores or something?
No sex stores, just houses.
Even if you were, there's no shame in it. I'm glad you found something.
Thanks, Lou. Someday I'll tell them the whole truth. For now, half of one will do. Not that they'd ever believe me. Hell, I have trouble believing it myself. So, this is Opgedoekt. Is that? Oh, you see, fucking... Oh, yous clever sons of bitches. There's arches, there's the smoke room, there's Echo. There's more Echo top right. Oh, that's so clever. That's so fucking clever. Oh my god. It's even bigger on the inside, with a vastly more modern decor than I'd pictured when I heard the words art gallery. I was expecting stuffy, dark rooms with snobs scoffing at paintings. But this place is open, well lit, immaculately clean, and smells like mint and flowers. There's so much on display here, I don't even know where to look. Judging by the expression on their face, I think Lou feels the same. Still, I can't let down my guard. Lots of stuff means a lot of potential targets for the Syndicate.
Look at all these works, Alex! And just one of those paintings costs more than we'll ever make in our entire lives.
I don't know whether that's impressive or depressing, but you're probably right. Though with my new job, I might be able to pay one off in 5 lifetimes instead of 10.
Ooh! I've seen an article about that one. And that one was in a video.
That one's just a blank canvas.
It's not just a blank canvas, Alex. Art always has meaning behind it. Intent. It's all about how you perceive it. Maybe the canvas represents a certain kind of emptiness the artist felt. A lack of passion.
Oh no, I think Lou's already started breathing in the paint fumes.
That's just a canvas we leave out for the children to practice on.
Fenna comes walking over to us, a little clipboard in hand, looking as refined and regal as ever. You'd never guess she was in a crisis of any sort. Lou's eyes flick between me and her, muzzle parted slightly. Hey, hello, Miss Fenna.
It's a pleasure seeing you again, Mr. DeRoy. And look, you've managed to remain on your feet this time.
The Sphinx cat nudges me with their elbow.
Are you gonna introduce me, or...?
Oh, Fenna, this is my friend Lou. They're a big fan. Lou, this is Fenna.
The curator, right?
Yes, indeed. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
You must have your paws full. This place is huge.
It's quite the responsibility, yes, but it's one I happily bear. The arts are as important to me as living and breathing.
I guess eating and sleeping aren't exactly priorities for her.
It's a joy to be able to share that passion with the world.
Lou mutters under their breath.
I bet it makes you a pretty penny, too.
Lou!
Now, the art you see here has all been graciously donated to us by lovely artists from all over the world. I take it you want to see the Money Talks gown? It is considered the pride of our collection, after all.
I'm dying to take a closer look. That is technically what I'm here for. If that thing gets stolen, I'll probably be out of a job. Again.
I'm more interested in the Van Halen myself.
Ah, I can imagine. We did have it on loan from the royal family, after all.
Could you tell me where we can find it?
It's no longer in our collection as of this week, I'm afraid.
You're kidding me. Why?
Our backers deemed it not interesting enough for the general public anymore. According to them, guests these days are looking for excitement, to be dazzled. And supposedly there is little excitement to be found from a painting from the 1800s.
And you're cool with that?
Fenna looks away in the direction of the Money Talks gown.
There's a kernel of truth to be found in their opinion, to be sure. It's important we keep funds and interest up. A portion of our earnings goes to charity, though far less than I'd personally prefer.
What kind of charities do you guys support?
This month we're supporting the Foundation for Anglerfish with Dim Lights.
Never heard of that one.
Which is why it's a matter of deserving of more attention.
What are you gonna do? Buy them all flashlights?
Lou, would you mind if I borrowed Alex for a little while? We won't be long.
Oh, sure. I'll go check out the statues and sculptures in the meantime.
They say that so confidently, but the look in their face only spells confusion. Don't go checking out that gown thing without me, you hear?
I wouldn't dare.
They definitely would. I wave at them as Fenna beckons me around the corner and into a hallway. We pass a janitor wearing a fishbowl helmet, who gives us a bit of an odd look. Foreshadowing! It makes me uncomfortable. The art and display further down the hall is very bold, let's just say that. The canvases look less like someone painted on them and more like someone threw up on them. If I'd known messy stains like this went for millions, I'd sell them Max's Laundry. The Garden of Pleasure and Sin, Edward Mullen, 1767. Ah! That just about gave me a heart attack. Following his departure from Batavia in 1760, Old Mullen's environs were not the only thing that changed. The Garden of Pleasure and Sin was his bold first step into a new style, and is widely regarded as his magnum opus today. The brush strokes represent, how long is this gonna go on for?
Oh, this is just our new state-of-the-art audio tool. There's sensors behind the paintings that get triggered as you walk past. It's quite a delight, really.
In what universe would anyone find that delightful? The impeccable craftsmanship is further illustrated by his creative use of what some sources say was his own blood. It's very informative.
You think so? I've had the pleasure of providing some of the audio myself. But that is not why I brought you here.
She looks left, then right, then pushes her glasses up her snout.
We've closed up for the general public today, but there's still been no sign of the Saltwater Syndicate.
Maybe it was a prank after all.
I find that hard to believe.
As long as I'm still getting paid, I'm happy. She takes the calling card from earlier out of her purse.
After what Mimi said regarding its potential authenticity or lack thereof, I was rather curious myself. So I phoned a friend who just so happens to have access to the evidence archives at the local police station.
Is that even legal? And how did she get friends like that in the first place?
The handwriting matches the one on the calling cards sent to Mr. Ahab's previous victims perfectly.
I shrug. It could still be fake. I forged my parents' signatures to get out of school stuff all the time when I was a kid. I was pretty good at it, too. Of course, I also got in trouble for it more times than I can count.
Mr. DeRoy, I'm a curator working for an art gallery. We deal with works that are worth thousands, if not millions, every day. If there's anything I'm good at, it's spotting a forgery. They will be coming. Not a single establishment that was sent a card like this was left unscathed.
Is there anything else you could tell me about the syndicate?
Only what was in the papers.
That'll do. I don't really read papers. Who needs them with a never-ending gossip machine like Lou around?
Supposedly, the Saltwater Syndicate engages in heists, thievery, and plain old privateering, the likes of which haven't been seen in Batavia in a long time.
I didn't know they were so organized. I was expecting silly pirates, not the fish mafia. The Dawn Hound called them a little crew.
That is partly true. The numbers aren't exactly what one would call large, even though the leader most certainly is. However, they make up for it in efficiency and cunning, which is why I called your employer. I cannot risk a single item being stolen or damaged. I trust you understand. We might have state-of-the-art alarm systems, but so did all of the other targets.
And I'm supposed to prevent this heist all by my lonesome. No pressure. I'm new at this, but I'll do what I can. If I see anything off, I'll call for backup. It's the only way I can handle this, really.
You're starting to sound like a real hero, Duskhound. And with Mr. Dawnhound and Mimi for backup, you absolutely needn't fret.
Why do you keep calling him Mimi? And how are you getting away with it in the first place?
Oh, that? I had the pleasure of getting to know Mr. Drozdov many years ago at the Shippersburg Tea Academy.
An academy for tea making?
Learning how to brew the perfect cup takes time and effort, Mr. DeRoy.
I wonder if this means Willem went to some sort of coffee academy.
I know at first glance Mimi doesn't seem like the kind of man to frequent such a place.
Fenna is practically bouncing with delight.
But he has quite the delicate side, as I'm sure you're aware.
Can't say that I am. As far as I can tell, he's about as delicate as a steamroller.
I think being the only man in the class caught him a bit off guard. Flustered as he was, he stuttered when he tried to introduce himself. We simply could not resist the urge to make a lovely nickname out of it.
She giggles and smiles as she says it. Are we talking about the same Milo?
You should ask him about it. He ended up being best in class by the end.
I'll consider it if I ever get tired of my arms being attached to my body. For my own safety, I think I'll take your word for it. I suppose I'd best get to scouting out the place.
I know you'll be working, but I hope you'll enjoy the art and display as well.
I'll give it a look-see. Thanks.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. I appreciate all you're doing, Mr. DeRoy. I have faith in you.
She smiles. Even though my nerves refuse to let me, I try to look her in the eye and smile back. I got this. I don't. What would Rahul say in this situation? Have no fear, citizen. Duskhound is on the case. She clasps her hands together in excitement.
Splendid! Absolutely marvellous! Though, may I suggest working on your poses a little? You seem a bit stiff.
Probably because of the bruises I sustained while wrestling a deadly butler for hours. Still, she seems convinced enough, waving a hand at me as she walks off. While some called him a witch, modern scholars believed his style was influenced by his peers, who used their own bloods to... Right, I better go too. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. That was a very fun episode, wasn't it? We got introduced to the Saltwater Syndicate and the giant man that is Ahab. We got Irish pirates. By the way, I would love to say at the end, thank you so much for introducing and, like, implementing the Irish language into this. Bhí sé go héintach an Wire fad. It's not often I get to see my own language being put into things, so very, very, very well done. Éintach mhaith. But, yeah, this has been a very exciting start to a first chapter, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of it. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Please go and support the project at the links in the description I'll be leaving as usual. And give me some support while you're down there, maybe. And remember to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff YouTubers tell you to do. But this has been Pink Wisp, reading Glory Hounds issue 2. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.